So let's bring this back down to a grassroots level for you and me and the person watching this video. We also have a responsibility to reduce our carbon footprint. Yes. Is that the correct phrase? So how do we go about doing that on a day-to-day basis? Because of course, I'm not sitting in government and deciding what the country does with our energy emissions.
Yes. So as we know that Eskom is a coal-intensive, that produces coal-intensive electricity. So what's the first port of call is energy efficiency, and the next would be insulation of your home, the way you use your geyser. So either switching it off or putting a geyser blanket around it and making it as efficient as possible. If it is possible to put a solar water geyser in, starting with small solar panels, trying to move away from this coal-intensive industry that we live in. I think just being a conscious consumer is where we start. Where do we get our, and this is another thing, people always think that it's also electricity, but what about where do you buy your vegetables from? Where do you buy specific products from? What are you supporting? Is it locally made? And that's also carbon intensive. If it's flown in from a specific area, how, like international brands and those sort of things, that also puts the carbon, that increases the carbon emissions.
Well, now I feel terrible because this week I just bought asparagus that came from Kenya. I should not have done that. But it's so interesting to note that even just walking through the vegetable aisle at the grocery store, this is really fascinating.
I mean, I think that's what people forget, is that every time you make a choice, it's your conscious decision and making a vote towards something. If you choose something internationally produced, whereas local brand, you're saying, I prefer this. And that's what perpetuates the consumer driven way that we live. So I think that's a real game changer, if anything.
Now speak to us a little bit more about your organization. If something that you've said today really resonates with somebody who's watching this video, how can they get more information on Project 90 by 2030?
Yes. So our website is www.project90x2030.org.za.
That's right. Yes, it is.
And there's contact details, and we're based in Kenilworth, just off 2nd Avenue. That's where our offices are, and you can get in contact with almost anyone in the office if you want to be involved in more the policy and research side, the youth leg, or the community partnership programs.
As you prepare to go off to both of these incredible summits, what would be your message for the South African energy user?
Well, in a catchphrase, I'd say be a conscious consumer. Think about your actions, because they really are what fuels our consumption. So if you look at the demand side and the supply side, you're the demand. So make sure that you use your energy efficiently, but also you're living in this world. Make sure that you're as conscious as possible in terms of your usage of everything.